I think right now he's Sacramento's number one, but I mean, it's really about, is it more Sabonis? Is Sabonis allowing him to be this? So does that make Sabonis number one? I don't know. I just know that in order for De'Aaron to be the player that they need him to be, you had to get him some better players around him. So
Mhm.
maybe he is the number one now that he's got a legit option on the team that's not doesn't play the same position, and that was always going to be the thing with Tyrese. We talked about it all year. Can Tyrese be his best without the ball in his hand all the time? We knew De'Aaron couldn't. So
Mhm.
I think it still remains to be seen if he can be a number one on a good team. He's their number one guy, but it may be this time a year from now that he may be the number one guy, but maybe Sabonis is the most valuable guy. There's going to be different. I think it could play out a bunch of different ways, but definitely adding Sabonis has clearly helped De'Aaron's production because now there is no question about. I know De'Aaron's talked about in the past about not always having to be the guy to bring the ball up, and he likes to play off the ball sometimes too. But it's one thing when playing off the ball, it means Tyrese having it. Another thing is when you're playing off the ball and Sabonis is setting you up with like he did in the fourth quarter with that cut to the basket.
Mhm.
There's different ways of playing off the ball. So I think you can say De'Aaron's the number one guy, but I think it wouldn't hurt if you had one more option to say, okay, you know what? Maybe you get some stud wing player and say, okay, you know what? Maybe De'Aaron's technically quote number two, but when you got better talent, those are much more easier, much more fun to debate.